Let's see. Stormspirit says, "Hi Ave, I'm a self-taught 3D artist currently focused on building my portfolio while actively learning new skills like animation and grooming. I'm especially passionate about creating creatures and characters. With every new project, I aim to improve on the last. Do you think it's a good time for me to start reaching out to studios or looking for freelance work? I'm really in the need of some money." What's that? Of a job? Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, so I'm going to be brutally honest with this, guys, because that's a question that we get asked often. When is it a good time to start reaching out to studios and start reaching out to freelance work and start like asking for a job? There technically is no right moment. Okay, so there's no such thing as the right moment to start like putting yourself out there and offering your services. You can do it. Like if this is the first day you're doing 3D and you just did like one of my tutorials on YouTube, right? And you did the barrel, for instance. Technically, you could start promoting yourself as a 3D artist and be like, "Hey, I did this barrel. I'm a 3D artist now. I can do something for you." The problem is, if you get a client and he asks you to do something that you're not able to do, you are gonna fail. So it's not the getting the job that's the problem. It's the fulfilling the job that's the important question that you need to ask yourself. So instead of asking, do I have the tools required for me to put my name out there and ask for a job or interview at the studio or things like that, you need to do the opposite thing. You need to ask yourself, are my skills good enough that if I got the job or I got the interview or I got the position, I would be able to deliver on the quality that they're requiring? That's the real question. If you're at a point where you feel confident and you feel safe and you have built some skills and you're ready for that, then start applying. Because yeah, you might get rejected. There might be students that never call back or you don't hear any answer. That's totally normal and that's part of the deal. But the moment you do get an answer and the moment that you do deliver at the quality that they're expecting, that's when the ball gets rolling. That's when things start to work because you're going to realize, hey, I can do this. And again, I'm going to give you a hard truth right now. You're never going to be completely ready. I'm working on a freelance project that started a couple of weeks ago. And then threw me a curveball at me. It's like, "Oh, we need you to do this specific thing." It's like, wow, I've never done that. Let me let me study some skills and get some of my elements up to that position because I've never done that specific like particular process that you're asking me to do. And that's totally normal. So it's very, very important that you understand that you're never going to be truly ready, but you do need to have enough tools on your toolkit to be able to face and approach and attack anything that they throw at you. That's the secret to knowing when you are ready to do so. Okay, now let's go to your stuff. This one looks fine. This one looks okay. Like I could see a medical student or like a doctor, if they need a quick visualization to explain their patients, this is perfectly fine. Like they will be happy with this quality, to be honest. So if you want to reach out to some local doctors or local medics that you know, or do you have a contact and be like, "Hey, I do 3D. I can do some medical animations. Maybe you need this to explain to your patients one of the processes or procedures that you do." This is perfectly fine. This is perfectly valid and you can totally do it. This one I do feel like we are missing a little bit more form and definition. It does look a little bit cartoonish, but again, there might be people out there that are gonna want this kind of stuff. Let me show you one. This is a fun story. So I was teaching one time with in one of the universities here, and I got a call. And normally I don't answer calls when I'm teaching, but this one was from an unknown number, and it was just weird. So I asked my students, "Hey, give me just a chance to answer." And it was a client. It was like, "Hey, someone got me your contact. We need you to do a paint bucket." It's like, "What?" Yeah, we're gonna be giving away paint buckets as part of a government program here on the city, and we need a render of the bucket with the sticker of the party that is running the city right now and stuff like that. It's like, "Oh, sure." But he was like, "But we need it by 5 p.m. and it was 2 p.m. at that point. It's like, "Oh." I told him, "I'm at class right now, but as soon as I'm finished, yeah, I can do it for you." They paid me to do this. It was a quick job. It was like $50 or something like that. But the thing is, you will be getting very simple jobs. Like there are people who need 3D stuff to be made that is very, very simple. I'm talking like 2 years ago. So my skills were already quite like high at that point, I would say. And even then, I would still take every like simple jump I can if it's a fast job, because it's just gonna be like just some fast money, right? No, it was not $50 for a bucket. It was $50 for renders of a bucket. So the model, I think I bought the model at that point. I didn't even model it. I just got online, find a model that was like $3 or $4, got it, did a quick UV, did the texturings, 3-point light render, boom, there we go. We're ready to go. So that's the point of being a freelancer, that you need to be able to quickly troubleshoot and find the easiest way to get something done, right? If they wanted a specific bucket or a specific element that I couldn't find online, I need to be confident that I could model that thing like very, very quickly. So yeah. Yeah, exactly, Casey. Like $50 for a 3-hour job, like I was happy. It's fine. It's a good deal, I would say. Some people might charge higher. We've talked about that before. It depends on the client. It depends on the budget. No, they didn't have budget. He offered me like $20 at first. Like, no, man, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not doing this for less than 50. He's like, okay, let me see if I can get 50, and he was able to negotiate that, because usually public like government things, they don't like to pay for stuff like this. Nowadays, maybe with AI, they could solve it. That's the unfortunate side of things. But again, those are not the clients that we're like going for, right? So yeah, that was a nice little anecdote. So that's why I'm mentioning this is not a bad model, YM. This is perfectly fine. And there might be some clients out there that will be completely happy with a model like this, but there are going to be other clients that would require you to really push the limits of the sculpting process and have a really, really nice, clean like character, right, or skull in this case. Now, in terms of the character, because this is getting more into like the game situation, right? Like it's not easy to sell this to an entrepreneur or to someone out there. No, not 50 pesos, Casey. $50. But he was offering $20, so like 400 pesos, which is not gonna work. So this one right here, man, it's not ready yet. And I'm happy that you mentioned that you still have 1.5 years to go, because one of the main things that I'm noticing is anatomy, right? We need to work more on the anatomy of our character. The muscles are not connecting the way they should be connecting. The silhouette is a little bit on the weaker side of things. Even these wings right here, they're looking a little bit wobbly and not as sharp as we would like to. So I like that you know the full process, right? Like, you know, it seems like you know the retopology process. What the hell is this, man? That's a funny one, but you don't need this. Take this one out. This is funny to share to your Instagram like a page or to your friends, but not on a portfolio. It can go either way. Like if I'm reviewing it, I have a laugh and I'm happy, like it's fine. But some people might take this like, oh, you're not professional, I'm not gonna hire you because you're not like showing a professional vibe on your portfolio. So it's better to just take this one out just to be safe. But that one's fun. I'm not one of those guys. I do enjoy like the funny thing every now and then. So yeah. This one again, I appreciate the whole thing. We need to see a wireframe, we need to see the maps, and we need to improve on our anatomy. If there's anything that I can recommend for you, particular, especially if you want to be a character artist, is to learn more about anatomy and how the muscles connect between each other, because that's going to be one of the important things for the whole thing. Okay.